Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing here today? Welcome to another edition of the Lunchdown. I know, I'm a little late once again, but you know, I'm only like 2 minutes late. Give me a break. Welcome everybody here to the stream, the very first edition of the Lunchdown, where it is a non-sponsor exclusive Lunchdown. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out this week. I'm going to see how you guys like it with the Lunchdown being sponsor free, so you guys can basically just chat away in this the chat just like a normal live stream. Let's see how you guys like it. We'll see how it goes. This week only, for now, we're going to test out the sponsors. So remember guys, if you do wish to become a supporter of the show and you want to guarantee yourself able to stand out in the chat and make sure that you can always chat in these live streams, make sure you become a sponsor. Once again, guys, my name is Conman, and I'm here for the Lunchdown, the awesome talk show where we talk all things wrestling. Today, there is some big news regarding AJ Styles' injury. Obviously, we're going to get into that a little bit more. We're going to talk a little bit about, what's it called? Raw tonight. We got some Raw stuff coming on tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, I mean, guys, without further ado, let's hit in to our very first segment called the Rumor Roundup, where we go through all things rumor related in the WWE. Remember, if you guys wish to call in at any point to the show, I will take your live calls, so all you got to do is join the Discord and join in the I Have a Question tab. But guys, welcome everybody to the stream. The streaming video, whatever you want to call it. I know this thing, you can watch it back at a later time on YouTube and still get all of your news. So, for all those people watching back at a later time and not here during the actual stream, then let's get into the Rumor Roundup via Cage Side Seats. So, the Rumor Roundup for the day, the big one is that AJ Styles was competing at house shows over the weekend for SmackDown. Apparently, he's good to go from here after a mysterious injury the weekend before. So, everybody, the good news, all of us can take a breath. AJ Styles is good to go. He is finally good to go. He's back in the ring. So all those rumors of him not being at WrestleMania, him going to be injured for WrestleMania and all this stuff, it is good. He's cleared to compete back into action. So thank God is all I can say, because man, AJ Styles, oh man, we need him at WrestleMania. We really need that dude at WrestleMania, because that would suck without it. Okay, so the next rumor roundup after that one is, this is about the greatest Royal Rumble ever. So there's a little bit of sad news that goes to show you that the world is still not caught up to where it needs to be. The world isn't necessarily where we want it to be. There's still parts of the world that are very much, you know, not friendly towards women, and that includes Saudi Arabia. So, David Bixenspan, I guess is the source's name, said WWE told him women will not be wrestling at the greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia next month, but women and children are allowed to attend the show. So, it seems like they're kind of letting things happen over there. You know, women are able to attend the shows, women and children, that is, but no women are allowed to wrestle at the event. So that's kind of poopy, you know, with the whole women's evolution. They deserve to be at the greatest Royal Rumble ever, and no, there's going to be no women's matches. So that means no Raw women's women's belt, no SmackDown women's title, no women's matches whatsoever. So none of that. None of that's happening at the greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia next month. But we will be live streaming that here, so it's going to be an all-male show, which is fairly close to actually the a lot of the TV shows that they produce. You know, they're starting to produce some women matches a little bit more often, but usually it's held to one match or one segment each show. The next one is that one of the major rumors going around is regarding Hulk Hogan possibly returning to the WWE as SmackDown Live general manager. So, obviously, you guys, if you have not heard the news, Hulk Hogan seems to be kind of back in talks with WWE. You know, it's he's working on it. He's working away on becoming another member of the WWE. But I'm not sure what in capacity, but the rumors are that he's going to be a part of the SmackDown Live brand as the new SmackDown Live general manager. Obviously, SmackDown's going to need to replace Daniel Bryan because he's returning to the ring in full action. So, I mean, Hulk Hogan's a big enough name to kind of make it. What I don't want to see with that, though, the kind of crappy part with that, is Hulk Hogan has a track record of going to shows and making it all about him. You know, Hulk Hogan has that track record. So, SmackDown Live all about Hulk Hogan? I don't want to see that. I don't think any of us want to see it. We want to see the Kevin Owens show. We want to see Sami Zayn. We want to see Daniel Bryan. We want to see Shinsuke. We want to see AJ Styles. We don't necessarily want to see a old man, a very old man, in fact, and Hulk Hogan kind of be the focal point of the show. So, you know, maybe not. I'm not seeing that one. So hopefully, if he does come there, it's just in a very minor role. You know, you get him in maybe 1 or 2 segments a night. You know, he may start off the show by announcing what the matches are, kind of like every general manager, and you go from there. So maybe we see that. But welcome everybody to the channel. I kindly ask, if you have not done so, make sure you leave a like on this video. If you are happy that AJ Styles is all cleared and healthy to go to compete once again in this ring, make sure you leave a like on this video. Let's get this all the way up to at least over 50 likes. I think we can absolutely rock that. Okay. What is next? What was I going to talk about? The next rumor roundup. And then I see you, Rye Dog, sitting there in the call all patiently. I see we got one call hold right now. I will answer your call in just a little bit, okay? So hang around, and I will get to your call. There's 2 more rumors to talk about. So the Observer reports that WWE is finally going to be moving ahead with a UK project this year, like a TV show and maybe even a performance center over there. So, kind of 2 things to take away from that, with that little announcement, is that WWE is looking to basically finally get the UK title its own show. I believe they're going to move in a direction kind of similar to like 205 Live, where they have just a UK division. It's everybody over on the UK. It's broadcasted from the UK. It's probably broadcasted at United Kingdom times, you know, like, what would that be? That would be 3 p.m. for us or something like that. So, yeah, probably something like that. It would, it'd be along those lines. What is going on with this collar? Do you guys see this? This collar just keeps flopping in. It's just, I might as well wear it like this, but it looks weird if I do that, you know. It looks like I'm wearing a weird collared shirt. Looks like I'm out golfing today, so I gotta pop it, and it looks like it just keeps coming over here. It's weird. Anyways, though, yeah. I was talking about the UK show. So, the UK show, it'd probably be broadcasted from the United Kingdom time, so around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on, let's say, a Thursday, maybe? Somewhere like that. Or if they did it on a weekend, then everybody could watch it in the United States and stuff. But 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. on a weekday, probably what is going to happen there. That would mean that Pete Dunne, the United Kingdom champion, would have some feuds possibly against Trent Seven, Wolfgang, Tyler Bate. There's lots of lists. Mark Andrews is another possibility. And whoever else they wish to sign over there. Maybe a Will Ospreay goes into the UK division. I don't know. So there's lots of people that they could possibly throw into that. Remember, guys, the chat is open, so I welcome all of you guys if you wish to chat along in this chat today. For this week, we're going to keep the chat sponsor free. But remember, if you guys really wish to support the show and help it out and all this stuff, become a sponsor, because the chat won't stay sponsor free forever. I'm trying my best to get some sponsors over here to help support the show, to make this daily show a possible thing. So guys, if you like what we're doing here, please make sure you consider become a sponsor. But yes, chat is not ever about the topic. That's why I'm kind of not reading it right now. I will get to your guys' questions, and we will talk about like your guys' Twitter questions and everything like that, and questions or whatever like that. We'll talk about it throughout the show. The segment right now is the rumor roundup, which I'm also looking to redo the layout of this show, because I have a bunch of new logos for all the different segments. So the 5 segments that we have: rumor roundup, breakdown, sponsor spotlight, Twitter questions, and Conman's take are the five segments that we have. So I do have some logos, and we're gonna make the show look a little bit cooler and a little bit more professional looking. Anyways, though, last rumor roundup of the day is Garza Jr. and Ultimate Ninja could be signing with WWE soon, per the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So that is all I know really about them. I don't know who Garza Jr. is, and I think I've heard the name Ultimo Ninja, but I don't really know much about him. So that's kind of the news, guys. Are either of those two really good? Are they big stars? Are they older guys? Are they younger indie talents? Where are they from? Can you let me know, please, right over the questions? Because I would like to know. I have no idea who they are, where they're from, what they look like, or anything. So let me know. All right, so let's move on into the breakdown. This segment is called the breakdown. Now, actually, before we get into the breakdown, we do have a live caller waiting. So let me answer Rydog over here in the live calls. So Rydog, you are on live with Conman. Hey, Rydog, how's it going?
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. Who do you think going to win? Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, or Stephanie McMahon and Triple H? And
I'm definitely going to give this one to Kurt and Ronda right there, because no way in hell Ronda Rousey's losing her first match in WWE. They're not bringing her in at WrestleMania to do that. So most likely going to be Ronda and Kurt. I could see Triple H being in the ring with Kurt Angle, and Kurt throws him in the ankle lock or something like that. Steph is coming in to try to break it up, and then Ronda comes in, finally gets her hands on Steph like in a big way, and locks her in, like, you know, the armbar or something like that, and they both tap out at the same time. That would be the way that I end the match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah. Okay. I think Ronda and Kurt. I think Ronda and Kurt, but I think Ronda might actually almost like break Steph's arm, but not like fully break it, because I don't think that would be something that WWE would. I think they would do right now. I think they would save that for like.
Yeah, true. Could be a good way.
Like,
all right, man. Thank you very much for calling in.
all right.
Have a good show, or have a good rest of the show, I should say.
All right.
Thanks for talking. All right, I just said clocking instead of talking. Sometimes my mouth in the morning or early afternoon doesn't really work, you know. I mean, I only did just wake up an hour and a half ago, so I'm still a little on the, I don't know, side, you know what I mean? Okay, so yes, let's get into the breakdown, because I want to break down something. We are going to go into a few other little things, and I want to really break this down, because, man, oh man, I don't know what to think here, guys, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about from Monday Night Raw that's coming up tonight, and let's break this one down. So, Roman Reigns last week was arrested, last week, and he was arrested for, I don't know, trying to be in the ring, and then Brock Lesnar came out and he beat up a handcuffed Roman Reigns. So the breakdown with this that I want to kind of talk about is the fans around WWE are mad that WWE is trying to get Reigns over as a sympathetic babyface, saying that he's not Austin, he's not Daniel. Like, once Daniel came back, it was like, oh, this, and then they kept Daniel Bryan out for 2 years to try to get Roman Reigns over. That's not the case, guys. That's not the case. You know, Roman Reigns, here's the thing. I laugh when people are saying WWE is trying so hard to get him over and it's just not working. It's like, well, isn't that kind of the point? Aren't you trying, when you've got somebody that you want to invest money in, that you could see as the face of your company, why wouldn't you want to try to get him over? Why wouldn't you want to try out to pull all the stops? And it's working. That's the thing. It's stubborn people who don't want to admit that Roman Reigns is good, or that he's good at what he's doing, or that he's getting over with the fans, that are calling out the stuff, saying that once he started to get over, then Daniel Bryan could come back to the ring and all this stuff. It's no, that's not the case at all. Roman Reigns is getting over because Roman Reigns is good, and fans are finally starting to realize that now that they give him a little bit of a good story where he's sounding good on the mic, he's vocalizing his opinions, and, you know, he's doing good. You know, I don't know, guys. Let me know in this chat over here if you like what they're doing with Roman Reigns. Type yes or type no if you like what they're doing, or if you don't like what they're doing. Because Roman Reigns is starting to get over, and fans need to start to accept that. Every single fan who hated him from his days in the Shield, like, don't get me wrong, I am a Roman Reigns fan. I think he's good. I think he's very good. I think he's great at what he does. But when he was first pushed down our throats, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan. You know, I thought, hey, you know, they're kind of really trying to get this guy down our throats. But he got good. He got good. He's been good ever since the John Cena feud. He's been better. He's been the best Roman Reigns ever since the John Cena feud, but he's been good up until that point, and he became awesome. He became really the true main event player, and he deserves to be in the main event spotlight because nobody else garners a reaction like him. Nobody else nobody else can get the internet talking like him. Nobody else can get the smarks mad like him. He's just a great character, and I think WWE realizes that now. So what they're trying to do is they're putting him in this sympathetic babyface role ahead of a huge WrestleMania match to sell tickets. You know, how do you sell tickets? You make a guy that people can root for. You make a guy who people don't want to see win in Brock Lesnar, and that's exactly what they've done. They've done an excellent job of it, and I can tell you right now, I'm excited for WrestleMania. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for that WrestleMania main event. I think it'll be an excellent match. That's just my thought on it, though. Roman's good in the ring. He can cut a decent promo now. However, it's just far too late for him to be babyface. Disagree with you on that one. I wouldn't say it's far too late for him to be babyface. Want to know why? Because he's getting babyface reactions right now. He is getting cheered. You know, he's getting, yes, he's still getting booed, but these are all from the smarks who go to there to simply boo him. You know, that's exactly what they try to do. They don't care about what Roman Reigns has done for them recently. They only care about 3 years ago, Roman Reigns, when he broke up with the Shield, you know, when he separated from the Shield, went on his own, and really couldn't do anything, you know, 3 years ago. That's 3 years ago. Think about you 3 years ago. Think about how how long ago 3 years was, and how different of a person, I guess you could say. Hey, Gritty, how you doing, buddy? You are now. These 3 years ago, 3 separate years ago. For me, I was a terrible YouTuber doing Minecraft videos 3 years ago. Now I got 76,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? You change, you evolve, you become a better performer over 3 years. And that's exactly what Roman Reigns has done. He deserves to be in the main event spot of WrestleMania. And I truly will die on that hill until people start to realize that he is good. So that's the breakdown. I wanted to get that kind of out there. It's it's been bugging me. I saw a thing on Twitter. Joe Cronin said something on Twitter there about Daniel Bryan was left out for 2 years so that Roman Reigns could get over, and once he got over, he comes back. No, that's BS. That's giant BS there. And I wouldn't even bother to give that thing a time of day, because that is a terrible, terrible idea. No way in hell WWE would do that. And if they did, Daniel Bryan would have left the company easily. He would have quit. He would have walked out like CM Punk. Easily. Easy peasy. Anyways, though, let's see here. Is it my lunchtime? Yes, it is. It is my lunchtime. But let's move on to the next segment. And don't worry, guys. I've got some cool graphics coming here to the show. It'll look better. It will be really, really cool in a little bit. But right now, what I'm going to talk about is I want to talk about the sponsor spotlight. So every single one of these streams here, I'm going to take one sponsor who has been awesome to the channel, you know, became a sponsor, has really really taken over this channel, and really become a true diehard awesome fan who supports this channel week in, week out, and becoming a sponsor and all that. So I want to say a huge, massive shout out to Rebecca Helfritz, who is in the chat here today as well. So Rebecca Helfritz, thank you so much for being a sponsor. Thank you so much for being an excellent supporter of this channel. The sponsor spotlight, once I do get the graphics and everything like that, it'll pop out somewhere here on the screen with, like, you know, whatever information I can find of you and all that type of stuff. Not dive in, but like your name and if you have a Twitter handle or something like that. So Rebecca Helfritz, thank you so much. You bought my merch as well. I appreciate it. You're the only person to buy the merch so far other than myself, so I appreciate it. So thank you so much, Rebecca Helfritz. You are the sponsor spotlight of today. Let's move on now to Twitter questions. This is the 4th segment that we have here before we get taking to all of your guys' questions, which is called Conman's Take, and we'll take all that. So if you guys have any Twitter questions, please make sure you tweet at me at Conman167 to have your questions answered. I just got to ask this. So, or what was this? Noah Rundle asked, or he said, rip lunch down because I disabled sponsor-only mode in the lunchdown. Don't worry, man. I think sponsor-only mode will be back next week. I'm just trying it out this week to see what it's like, you know, see if the people enjoy it maybe a little bit more. I was finding it a little bit hard to talk about all the stuff, you know, because there wasn't much conversation going on in the chat. We don't have a ton of sponsors, so it was a little bit difficult. So I wouldn't worry too much, man. It's probably only for this week until we start getting some people a little bit more into the show. But we'll do some more Twitter questions here if you guys tweet at me at Conman167. And also, you guys, you can ask your questions in the chat here. So let's start passing this over to you guys. What do you think? Who do you think? Or what do you want to know? Or whatever. Ask me some questions, guys, and I will absolutely do that. I tune in. That's all the support you need. This isn't Facebook. Wait, what? Wait, what? Rambo Shambo supports this channel as well. Well, thank you very much. I tune in. That's all the support you need. This isn't Facebook. I don't understand what you mean by that. Becoming sponsors? What you mean? Anyways, I don't know what you mean by that. Anyways, though, his question is, will Macho Camacho return? Don't know who the hell that is. Good question, man. Oh, Noah Rundle dropping 79 cents. Noah, thank you so much, dude, for your 79-cent donation. Wow. Probably works out to be $1, so thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Sorry, not much, but want to show support to the show. Hey, Noah, dude, that is awesome. You're also a great sponsor, so thank you very much. Huge support for the show. Thank you very much for helping this one out. But yeah, I want to pass the conversation on over to you guys, because remember, it is you guys who carry the conversation over here on this show. We'll do our best to make your guys' questions heard. Thomas Franco says, what are your thoughts on WWE planning a WWE draft after WrestleMania? I don't know if it's a draft. Because here's the thing, a draft completely resets the brands, and there's going to be storylines going on each brand, you know? I don't think the draft completely happens. But what I do think happens is another superstar shakeup, just done a little bit better. I think it'd be really cool to have, you know, the GMs sitting in the back, you know, and be like, you know, making trades and stuff like that. Say, okay, all right, you want our WWE Intercontinental Champion. Well, guess what? I want your United States Champion. And then they swap brands, you know, something like that. I think that could work. I think that might be the way to do it instead of doing a whole full-on draft. But if they want to do a draft, they can do a draft, you know. It would be entertaining. Obviously, people would tune in. I think I would be very apt to watch another draft if they happen to do it. So, we'll see. Maybe they do that. Matt Seiler says, Triple H versus Cena at Greatest Royal Rumble announced. Huh. Really? Let me fact check that. Cena versus Triple H. Let's see here. Yeah, from Wrestling Inc. Here we go. 3 big matches have been announced for WWE's Greatest Royal Rumble event. Triple H versus John Cena, the Hardys versus Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, obviously subject to change, and a ladder match with Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor versus The Miz. Okay, here we go. Huge news right here. We can break this down. So, interesting. So this is from a month from now. So remember, this is a month from now. Triple H versus John Cena. So that means, I mean, that's just a match. It's not really any major implications. Maybe John Cena walks away with a win over The Undertaker, or maybe Undertaker retires. But the Hardys versus Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, that is intriguing. So that means they're obviously reuniting the Hardys in the tag team role, which will be interesting. I wonder if they're going to make a full-on broken or woken stable, whatever you want to talk about it. And then the ladder match in a fatal 4-way, Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor versus The Miz. So obviously what that means is there's a possibility all 4 of those men are going to be still in the Intercontinental Championship picture. And Samoa Joe might not be feuding against Roman Reigns after WrestleMania like initially reported. Interesting stuff right there. Also, The Undertaker and Chris Jericho are expected to appear, among others. Wow. That is interesting. Crazy news right there, guys. Wow. That is really intriguing. So Undertaker is going to appear there, and Chris Jericho. I don't know what to think about that. Man, oh man, that's actually kind of crazy to think. Hey, Steven, how you doing? I see you in here. Put The Miz back on SmackDown. Also keep AJ on SmackDown. Maybe put someone like Big Cass on SmackDown as a face. Big Cass needs to be a heel. There's no way in hell a big man like that. Think about every single big man who's come into WWE. He needs to be a heel. There's very, very few very tall guys who happen to be good-looking men who are gonna be a heel, you know, or gonna be a face right away. There's very few, you know. Big Cass was a face because he was aligned with Enzo, and then he turned heel when he went on his own. Braun Strowman was a heel to begin with. Big Show was a heel to begin with. Kane was a heel to begin with. Undertaker was a heel to begin with. There is no really, really tall, big dudes who come into the WWE in a solo run who start off as a face. You don't get over that way. You get over by being a monster, by showing off your strength, and that is what a heel does. Conman, WWE is delaying Brother Nero's return because of DUI arrest a couple of weeks ago. Yes, I do know that he's well, you know what? Actually, man, I'm going to disagree with you on that one, because Brother Nero showed up on Raw last week, just even for a split second, on the Ultimate Deletion, so I would not really just say that one. Big Cass should get into a feud with Corbin. Yes, actually, I had a cool little theory here, and you guys can let me know, so we'll talk a little bit more about Conman's take here. I had a cool theory about if you had to take two single superstars, you know, guys who are wrestling on their own, stuck in mid-card purgatory, and turn them into a tag team, who would you want? Obviously, the top choice was Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, because, you know, that one kind of makes a lot of sense, but then you could have people like, what I thought would be a really cool, at least tag team for a little bit, would be Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Think about it. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, two guys who are extremely talented, two guys who are very beloved by the fans. They're like, they're indie darlings almost, even though Dolph Ziggler is a WWE product, they're indie darlings. The fans would get behind them, but they need to be a heel. They need to be a heel duo, because imagine Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode walking out to the ring with expensive suits and being all about money. You know, kind of recreating the beer money dynamic, but not necessarily exactly like that. Bobby Roode bringing his gimmick from NXT, where he was all about putting asses in seats and selling merch and, you know, expensive suits and corporate people and all this stuff. Have Dolph Ziggler join him in on that gimmick and be like something, some sort of cool dynamic there. It's there. It is absolutely there. The glorious show off or something like that. I don't know. Oh, you literally read my mind there, Black Wolf. Thank you, man. It could be like a pretty boy pairing. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be really good. It'd be worth a shot, because I don't think Bobby Roode gets back his United States title at WrestleMania, and I don't think Dolph Ziggler wins against anybody. I might not even have a match at Mania. So, anyways, we got ourselves a $2 donation from Rahul Kapar, and he says, who do you think would be Braun's partner at WrestleMania? I hear lots of rumors about Elias. I hear lots of rumors about, what's his name? Big Show possibly coming back. They could throw a Kane in there. I know they just had a huge feud, but maybe they do that. Or it could be somebody dumb, like a James Ellsworth returning one-off. So, my go-to guess would probably be Elias, because we haven't seen Elias in a while. I would think maybe that would happen. But thank you very much, dude, for your $2 donation. That is much appreciated. Rahul Kapar right there. Let's run this donation, and let's Here Comes the Money, because we know we want to hear that, right? We definitely want to hear that. Here comes the money. It's just going to take a sec to hear Shane McMahon pop up on the screen right over there. Yeah, but guys, are you enjoying the lunchdown? Do you prefer the idea of having it without, you know, without sponsor-only mode? But thank you very much. Money talks. Man, thank you so much, man, for your $2 donation. You think Cien Almas will lose the NXT Championship to Aleister Black and then get drafted to SmackDown Live? I could see that. I could see that as well. I prefer without sponsors. Yeah, obviously everybody who is not a sponsor or a moderator would prefer it without sponsors, for sure. What is my favorite match of all time? John Cena versus CM Punk, Money in the Bank 2011. That is my favorite match of all time. I think we're kind of slowly running out of news here. Black Wolf asks, any news on AJ Styles? Yes, be sure to check out the start of the show, as I kind of went into depth, but he is cleared to return to the ring from his mysterious injury. That's kind of the thing, right? Yes, this is a great change. Okay, so Big Dog's a fan of it. Okay, alright. Conman's legend. Thank you very much. I think Braun Strowman's partner will be Hulk Hogan. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting, but I don't think I want to see that. Do you think the American Badass version of Undertaker will return at WrestleMania? Yes, I do. I do, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why I think it's going to happen. I don't know if it's because of all the rumors that I've read about it or something like that. I do think that's what's going to happen. I think it'd be really cool. Give it a different dynamic. Would make sense why he retired his gear in the ring last year. You know, I think that would make a lot of sense. So, maybe. Apparently, Hulk Hogan has been signed by WWE induct Hillbilly Jim. Okay, interesting. I know that he is rumored to be signed by the WWE because he is possibly becoming the SmackDown general manager, as I mentioned at the start of the show as well when we did our rumor roundup. So it's entirely possible. I think we do see him at WrestleMania for sure in some capacity, and then maybe the SmackDown general manager after that. Does Bray Wyatt have a new character? We don't know yet. We don't know. Lots of people are saying the rumors that Bray Wyatt might be debuting as a Woken character, the Woken Wyatt, you know, be a part of Bray Wyatt's little little group there and become a little bit more of a stable, because the Woken stable would be really cool. Yeah, the Woken stable would be really cool. I hope so. I hope he comes back as Woken Wyatt. That would be really interesting. Imagine a Bray Wyatt with, like, the glossed over eyes like Brother Nero. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Like, if they had glossed over white eyes for Bray Wyatt, he just sings, "He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands." You know what I mean? How cool would that be? By the way, I'm a terrible singer. There we go. Bray Wyatt is going to be repackaged. There's lots of things like that. The Woken Wyatts. Well, it won't be the Woken Wyatts. It'll be the Woken. He'll just be Woken Wyatt or something like that. I think that sounds really cool. And maybe this was their long-term game with that. But I think just a stable with Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy would be really, really cool, and they could really pull on that cult leadership. Wyatt isn't relevant. Disagree with you on that one, because Wyatt is on TV every single week. He is relevant. Believe it or not, man, he is relevant. We care about it. We talk about it. We literally, the #1 trend on the entire platform was the ultimate deletion on Twitter. It was the #1 trend, man. That got so many views on there as well, like everything like that. No, Bray Wyatt is more relevant than in a long time. Absolutely, he is. I want to see a segment between Bray and Joe, two of the best on the mic. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's very, very good. Guys, make sure you leave a like if you're happy to hear that AJ Styles is cleared to return to the ring. Who do you think will make a return at WrestleMania? A return? Oh, God. The only one who's probably possible to make an in-ring return would be Rey Mysterio. There's lots of people who could return, you know, in a Legends capacity, you know, where we see him just pop up on stage and stuff like that. But, you know, honestly, the only one who has a legitimate possibility to return to the ring is Goldberg and Rey Mysterio, I would say. Goldberg rumored to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and win it. And all that. Spoiler alert, Roman versus Cena at Mania 35, so they want Cena to become a 17-time champion. I would not say that's a spoiler alert, I would say that's a rumor. Spoiler alerts are when something has already happened, and you literally know the result. You don't know the result, that's over a year away. You don't have a damn clue about it. He may come back with his dad, IRS, ring gear, no beard, white shirt, and all that. I hope not. The IRS was never a main event player. It was kind of his purgatory mid-card. Bray Wyatt's a little bit more of a main event player. He's a former WWE champion, for goodness sake. Who do you think will be Braun Strowman's tag team partner at WrestleMania? We just kind of talked about this one. We don't have a damn clue. We probably think maybe Elias, possibly Big Show. Really not too much. I don't know. There's not too much there. If something happens with AJ Styles, either bring Bryan in or less likely bring Shawn Michaels in. Very unlikely. AJ Styles is fine to compete. Dude, he got cleared earlier today. He was wrestling, or earlier this weekend, he was wrestling on house shows. He's good to go, so don't even worry about that one. I'm going to do one last look around the web, see if there's any more big news to come out of here. I don't think there's any big news here. yeah, I honestly don't know if there's any more. Oh, hang on. AJ Styles is not the best wrestler in the world, according to AJ Styles. Who does he think? No, I think there's still a lot to be learned by AJ Styles. Can't consider that. I don't know, guys. Yeah, Roman Reigns right up there. Interesting. I don't have a clue if AJ Styles. I'd say AJ Styles is still the best wrestler in the world. That's just him being humble. Yeah. Conman is Braun's partner. He's broadcasting backstage right now. Braun, did you leak the information, dude? Dude, come on. Braun, come on. I was telling you, we got to keep this thing a secret, okay? I've got thousands of fans who watch me, and they literally were like, they're rumored Conman's going to be Braun's opponent. I'm trying to play this off, and then you go ahead and you leak the news. Oh, sorry, dude. Don't get mad. No, Braun. No, Braun. Don't smash that. No, oh, Braun. That's a door. Braun just smashed my door. I mean, like, you guys got him mad. That's your fault. That's your fault for getting Braun Strowman mad here. That was supposed to be a secret, Gritty. How dare you steal that and put that out on the internet. Anyways, guys, though, make sure you leave a like on this video. That is going to do it here for the Lunchdown. There's not much more to talk about here. Obviously, the Lunchdown is a little bit more a longer show on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays because we have the shows to talk about, and the Mondays will be long when we have a pay-per-view to talk about as well. But guys, that is it for the Lunchdown today. I hope you enjoyed the revamped not only sponsor chat, but remember, guys, become a sponsor if you want to stick out in the chat and help support the show. The show is daily from 12 until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys tune in once again tomorrow. I'll be back again tonight with Monday Night Raw. That takes place at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So not too much longer. But guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll talk to you guys later tonight for Monday Night Raw.